Society has a rule. Once a year, you must demand attention. You must eat the cake, wear the mask, and perform happiness on command. But there's a silent group who feel absolutely nothing when the calendar flips. And no, they aren't lonely or depressed. While everyone else is chasing validation once a year, these people have outgrown the performance, and the moment you stop needing a calendar to tell you when to matter, you become free. The expectation gap. To understand why you feel indifferent, we first have to look at the data of what a birthday is supposed to look like versus what it actually feels like. Psychologists call this the expectation gap. It's the space between what you're told to feel and what you actually feel. Birthdays create an artificial peak. Happiness is supposed to spike. Gratitude is supposed to overflow. Connection is supposed to feel automatic. For most people, this gap triggers a regression. They feel a sense of birthday blues. They think, I'm not happy enough, so something must be wrong with my life. But for you, the person who treats it like a normal day, this gap doesn't exist. You have simply refused to conform to societal expectations. Your indifference is not a lack of emotion, it is emotional stability. You have accepted that your baseline happiness is enough. You didn't fail the test. You simply realized you didn't need to take it. The authenticity filter. To understand why you feel nothing when your birthday arrives, you need to understand a trait psychologists call low social dependency. Most people use birthdays as identity maintenance. They need the external event, the party, the posts, the performance, to remind themselves they exist. The celebration isn't a bonus, it's a crutch. The birthday acts as scaffolding holding up a structure that can't stand on its own. But if you've outgrown your birthday, it's not because you're broken or boring. It's because you've progressed and reached internal stability. You don't need a calendar to tell you when to feel joy. When your identity is already grounded, the scaffolding feels unnecessary, not rejected, just obsolete. It's like learning to balance without training wheels. You don't hate the wheels, you just don't need them anymore. While others ride the dopamine roller coaster of highs and lows, you have built a steady baseline. You aren't celebrating less, you are just living more consistently. This is emotional maturity, and that quiet consistency, that's what freedom actually looks like. The reflection trigger. But there's an even deeper reason you prefer silence on your birthday. Psychologists call it the reflection trigger. For most people, a birthday is a cue to look outward, to party, post, and distract themselves from the passage of time. But for the deep thinker, a birthday is a cue to look inward. It marks time passing. It triggers a natural audit of your life, a chance for deep introspection. Deep reflection requires quiet. But the party atmosphere, it feels like an interruption. The forced smiles, the performative joy, the generic happy birthday texts from people who don't actually know you. It all feels like noise drowning out the signal. You can't think clearly when everyone's demanding you perform happiness on command. You avoid the celebration not because you're ungrateful. You avoid it because you outgrown the performance. The grand payoff. So, where does this leave you? It brings us to the final concept: temporal autonomy. Most people are slaves to the calendar. They wait for January 1st to change. They wait for their birthday to feel special. But you have disconnected your worth from the calendar. It's not apathy, it's temporal autonomy. It's refusing to let dates decide your worth. It's letting significance arise organically. It's allowing ordinary days to hold depth. Most people wait for permission to feel alive. You allow it whenever it arrives. That's not superiority. It's a different relationship to meaning, and it fits you. You don't need one day to be special when your sense of value isn't time bound. You don't need a ritual when your identity is already steady. You're not celebrating less. You're distributing meaning more evenly. So let the date pass. The silence isn't empty, it's free.